Good morning, everyone. It's John Franco. So, one thing I wanted to talk about today, I have more real stuff. You know, I have a lot of clients who usually take their fitness and put it on the back burner when life happens, when things happen, right? The FML type hashtags, if you will. And I'm going to come to you guys a little bit real right now because we all struggle. We all struggle with life. We all struggle with things that go on, relationships, kids, work, stresses, you name it. We all deal with it, and we're not exempt from it. You know, my daughter has been with me since she was a little girl. At about 6 months old, her mom decided to get up and go. So I was married years ago and left me and her alone. And so I pretty much raised her. Back then, we were coming out of the mortgage meltdown, so we lost everything, and we were in an apartment we couldn't afford, and ended up moving back to my parents at 38 years old. So she's been with me ever since, as you can imagine. In the beginning of her young life, I had her about 80% of the time, and then little by little, her mom started to come around more and more and more. So fast forward, 13 years. And now her mom, moves to Seattle and decides she wants to take my daughter with her, which, as you can imagine, how stressful and difficult that can be psychologically, mentally, to lose your kid pretty much overnight. And I have a bad habit of out of sight, out of mind type of mentality. And unfortunately, my daughter has the same thing. So my daughter now has been gone since the end of August. We're now 2 months later. She doesn't call. She doesn't text. It's like I never existed. And I'll send her texts, obviously, all the time. And if I'm lucky, maybe once a week she'll respond. Again, she's 13. I do understand everything that she went through last year with the whole lockdowns and not being in school and being locked and trapped in her bedroom for about a year and a half. I mean, a lot of people don't realize the torment and damage that did to kids. So that's a whole other conversation. But so I do understand that moving to Seattle, everything's wide open, school's wide open. There's no restrictions for the most part. Although they're a very liberal state, they're still not at the pace of what California is. So it's a lot slower over there than here. Everything here moves really quickly. So the reason why I'm bringing this stuff to you guys is because we all struggle. We all struggle with our own demons. We all struggle with our own stresses. We all struggle with our own stuff, right? But at the end of the day, you can't let that be a reason why you don't move forward. You can't let those things be a reason why you can't go chase your dreams, or you can't go chase your goals or your fitness goals or your whatever goals you have. Because at the end of the day, we make decisions, right? There's power in choice. And when you ultimately have the power to decide what you want, it's big, right? So we can all make excuses as to why we couldn't eat our meal, we couldn't get to the gym, or we couldn't do this, or we couldn't do that. But at the end of the life, everyone has an FML in their life. Everyone. There's no one exempt from it. I love the Rocky series, the Rocky movies, and the reason why I love them is because he's so real, he's so raw. And one of his last ones, life isn't sunshine and rainbows, That's not how much you can get hit, but how much you can get hit and keep moving forward. Because life is about taking blows. Life is about getting slammed. Life is about getting your ass beat up, right? There's no one that hits harder than life, and that speech resonated with me because I've been through a lot of shit. But right now I'm going through, the stuff with my daughter, and you try to put it back there, you just try to move forward, and, this gym, it's tough, bro. I'm calling you guys bro, but I ran a lot of high-end gyms, and this is just the itty-bitty gym we run here. But when everything's on your shoulders, and the bills and the stresses and this and that, let alone that we were, we weren't locked down because we never closed down, but it was still put a damper on our goals, our projections, because we couldn't be fully exposed to being open. So we kind of did it on the wraps, but it's, it put a damper on us. So, we're barely coming out of a whole year's worth of indirect shutdowns. So there's a lot of stresses there. So it's just a lot of stuff. And again, this is not a sob story. This is just more to let you know that I sympathize and understand where a lot of you guys are at with your own personal lives. But at the same time, you got to keep moving forward. You got to keep moving forward. No one is exempt from life. No one is exempt from the challenges that we face. We're not. At the end of the day, we're not. It is what it is. So, message of the day, keep moving forward. Keep plugging in. Don't give up. There's always light at the end of the tunnel. And if you're a God-fearing man or woman, lean on him more than ever before, because we need him, especially in this day and age. We are in some crazy times right now. Anyway, I got to get to the gym now. Got 15 minutes to get ready, and I got the day to get after. I just sent my daughter a text. I just basically told her, no matter what, I'm your daddy. No matter if you text or you don't text, or you call or don't call, no matter how far you live, I'm your daddy and I love you. And that's pretty much all the message I can get out to my daughter, because whether she responds or doesn't, I just want her to know that her daddy loves her no matter what. All right, you guys have a beautiful day, and we'll talk to you guys soon. God bless. Bye-bye.